So what does this look like? I'm probably lagging, everyone. I've been trying. I've been trying out something new. The whole day I've been working on this, and I have not been able to get it to work properly because of various reasons. I've been trying to stream these like a screen. I've been trying to stream my iPad screen into the MacBook here with audio, and that turns out to be a really big problem when you're trying to go through an aggregate app like OBS. And right now I'm using my iPhone, so I'm probably lagging because I haven't been able to figure out how to get the audio and video to sync properly yet. So I don't know. You just let me know if it sounds okay or if it looks okay and how much I'm actually lagging. And I'll try to work on that because in the future I want to be able to do multi-camera streams and like I want to be able to stream the screen right from the iPad right into like this. I want to have a clean shot of any app or website or anything that I'm looking at instead of this webcam that is very just annoying to use. And is that light hitting me? It's hitting my, I think it's hitting the camera. Let's see here. Did that stop it? Yeah, that did definitely stop it. So hello and welcome to Jakob haQ Live, everyone. Laggy and everything. And today, well, this is so ridiculous because it's supposed to be a like Black Friday, but it ain't even Friday. And a lot of companies started like a month ago with their Black Friday. Why even call it a Black Friday if it's a whole month or a whole week or anything? And most app developers are doing at least one week now, and I think that's fine. But a whole month, yeah. So it's probably, yeah, like Dave says, there's lots of lag. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like I normally do. I'm gonna bring in this thing here because let's see here if I can do this instead. Then I'll be able to see how much of a lag I really have. I've literally been working on this all day, the whole day, and it's not working properly. I thought I had it working, and then when I started like testing the stream, I could see that it wasn't. It's so typical of me. Alright, so let's switch that over. Okay, let's do this, and let's get the camera out of there a little further back. And now we have me over there. Come on. That's very bright, by the way. Hello. No, don't do that. Oh, come on now. That's what you get for trying out new stuff and trying to make stuff better. Alright. Does it work now? Yeah, I think it is. And then I get rid of this little thing here. Let's see here. Let's remove that. Alright, everyone. Here we are. Back to the old functional stuff. And oh, now we have that thing over there. It's right in the thing. That line there in the I'm not gonna do anything about that. I hope this is okay, that this works out. I hope this isn't lagging at least. This should be working just like normal. And it feels like the last time I'm gonna try out something new because it always ends up with me just sitting and talking about that the first 5 minutes of the stream. And it's getting boring to do, actually. There we go. Okay. So that should be doing it. Right, okay. I'm gonna remember. Note to myself, Jacob, just go and edit the video afterwards and delete the first part, and we'll start over right now. Hello and welcome to Hack Attack. No. Let's start over again. Hello and welcome to Jakob haQ Live. My name is Jakob haQ, and you're watching a Jakob haQ Live show. And in this show, we're going to be having a look at some deals, at some apps, basically. So I'm wondering what everybody is getting, basically, because I'm trying to figure out some stuff myself. There's so many sales right now. Agonizer, by the way, is 50% off. Actually, if you look at it, if you look at Kai's apps, then he's got app deals down to 75%. And I do recommend that you get FD1 if you haven't yet. It's a great delay that you can do loads with, because it's got that same modular system that you find inside Shockwave and inside Agonizer. And if you haven't picked up Shockwave, you can get that. Someone asked me, like, is Agonizer better than Shockwave? If anyone here is wondering anything like that, then please go and watch my video on Agonizer. Agonizer is its own thing. It was designed for something else, and I do hope that a lot of people want that synth, because right now it's $10. It's half price again. It feels weird because it wasn't long ago we had a sale just when we introduced the synth. So I just want to say hello to everyone that joined up in the stream. And you know what? I've got you right here. I've got you under my skin. And I just want to see what you all have bought, because I'm looking at some Eventide deals. So just type in here, type in everything. Hustle James already bought Factory and Apparillo for $10, and those are really, really good apps. I absolutely love those. Hello Future Music, Wasabi Finessed. I love that username. Looks like we've got we got some new ones. It's a ghost. I'm not sure. Have you been here, Sandra Nelly? Have you been here before? I do recognize Michael. So yeah, just welcome everyone, and let's have some fun. Lots of cyber deals, and we're buying apps, right? So it's not gonna cost us our shirt either. I feel kind of spoiled ever since I got over to iOS, because prices are so low. And if there was any time for anyone to buy FabFilter stuff, then are FabFilter on sale, by the way? I'm looking at Discord right now, and ooh, look, Agonizer is right at the top there, and there are so many deals. This is like a ridiculous a ridiculous list of deals. I can't see FabFilter anywhere. Is FabFilter? Oh, The Antwoord. It's one of my most favorite bands, The Antwoord, by the way. I absolutely love their music. I can't see any FabFilter. Aren't there any FabFilter? Waiting on Saturn 2. Hustle James, are you waiting on Saturn 2 to come out? Because Saturn 2 is already out. I bought it 2 weeks ago, and it's... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You see, I've been producing a lot of music behind the scenes, and something I've been missing a lot is Saturn. Because, you know, I've been using compressors very heavily. And one thing that a lot of producers used to tell me a lot before, and even now, is that why are you using so many compressors? Why don't you try to use some saturation or some distortion pedals or something else? And then they asked me, do you have Saturn? And I'm like, why is everybody talking about this Saturn thing? And then I looked into Saturn, and this was actually years ago when I started looking into it. And by then, Saturn, or any FabFilter plugins, if you wanted any FabFilter plugins, you had to go through Aria Pro. Can you see me? I'm right here. I'm right here. So you had to go through Aria Pro, because they were only available inside Aria. And then several years later, 2-3 years, FabFilter finally started releasing audio unit versions of it, of these plugins, and they had all of them, all of the good ones, but they didn't have Saturn 2. But then Saturn 2 came out. It wasn't too long ago, actually, if I check, because oh my god, I love it so much. It's one of the best apps I've ever bought. It's absolutely amazing, and there's just too much you can make with it, almost too much. It's one of the most versatile saturation / distortion things I've ever gotten, worth every penny at full price. I'm so happy I have it. Saturn 2 and Pro Q3 are my most used production apps. Absolutely, along with Cubasis 2. And I've now slowly started going over to Cubasis 3 because now it's functioning better. So Saturn 2 was released back in June, the 25th of June, and it's gonna go on one of my top lists. I'm gonna have 3 top lists for 2020: one for synths, one for effects, and also one for what is it? For drums, because there was some good drums coming out. I mean, mm, mm, Sugar Bites. Anyone got the Sugar Bites drum thing? Like seriously, it just blows you away. Straight out of the box, blows you away. Need Saturn 2 on iOS, Wasabi. Yes, you do. Yes, you do need it. I'm gonna close this down. This, no music there. So let me just show you a little project here. Let's see here. So this is Cubasis 3, and I've been producing a track that's gonna go into a video because I hired a rapper on Fiverr, and I wanted to do a fun little project. And I don't know if this is the right project. I'm just gonna pull down on the volume here. Let me see if I have that. Yeah, I do. Like I use Saturn for everything. Absolutely everything. So let me bring up the. Let me do that. Come on, Saturn 2. Can you see that a little bit better? Saturn 2 is just sick. It's a multi-band distortion. You can set up touch controls for it. Uh, the way you can control all the bands and the drives, and it, you can use it as an expander. You can produce tones in this thing. It's the sickest thing I've ever used. If you spend a whole year with it, just you could produce so many different types of presets, and it would never sound the same. So even though it's a distortion plugin, you can use this creatively and use it for production mainly, on so many things. It doesn't matter if it's like drum machines, if it's drum sounds, if it's vocals, if it's guitar, bass, if it's your pads. If you want to spice up your reverb by adding a Saturn over the reverb, there's so many things you can do with it because of how you can set up all the bands and how you can control it and control the drive, the levels, how you can pan stuff. One of the sickest plugins out there. Absolutely sick. And all of FabFilter's plugins have an audio unit multi-IO, so you can send stuff into them for monitoring. However, if you're using Cubasis 3 or Cubasis 2, there's no support for that. So you can't even use the sidechaining ability in something like Pro Q or something like the compressor limiter or those kinds of plugins, because that's something I'm really lacking right now. The only way I can do that is in AUM so far. I hope that changes for 2021. I was hoping for that to change in 2020, but yeah, looks like we're gonna have to wait another year. But Saturn 2 is a plugin that I put up. If I have a top list of apps I would recommend people buying right now, apart from Agonizer for obvious reasons, it's Saturn. Definitely Saturn. If I remove Agonizer from the list, Saturn is number 1 on that list. If you don't have it, go get it. It's so sick. It's so sick what you can do with it. There is a bunch of presets in there that will allow you to do a lot right out of the box, but you're really missing out if you don't go in and do some tweakings on it. Sasha uses it for the bass line. Yeah, I mean, it's just perfect. And here's a little trick for you. For instance, something I've learned from other producers, and there are actually videos on YouTube teaching this stuff. Like a lot of people have problems, with drum sounds in particular, bass drums and snare drums. And for snare drums specifically, if you use saturation, then what you do with the compressor is you're squashing the peaks, so it doesn't peak out, and you don't get distortion, right? So a lot of people will put hard distortion on the peaks. The problem with that is that it destroys the attack and it destroys the body of the snare. So you're gonna end up with a flat sounding floppy snare, and it's not gonna sound good. All right, and suddenly you have a snare that sounds like it's like far back in the mix. What you want to do is there's this good thing about snares in general, and that is that snares have their body around 200 hertz, and when you use distortion or saturation, that tone it stays in there because it's not too far down in the frequency spectrum and it's not too high up to actually just distort. So if you add a little bit of distortion, even though you're kind of squashing the peak, if you look at it, you can make it go down a few decibels even in level, but you perceive it as being just as loud. And that's the thing. Just if you haven't tried that out, try it out. Use any kind of distortion plugin, add a little bit of saturation, just add it a little bit, and you can watch the level go down like this. It's like it's cutting off the peaks, you're no longer spiking out, but you're still perceiving the snare as being as loud as it was before, with a bit of a nice crisp to it. It's an easy production trick that I learned. You can do the same thing with drums. You can do the same thing with bass. And in the end, when you're doing your mix and when you're doing your mastering, you're able to push your level up a little bit more. You can get a few more luffs out of it and make it sound even louder, just because you're keeping all of the peaks down, but the you're perceiving everything as being as loud as usual. It's a nice, neat little trick. Saturation will take you a long way. So if you haven't got a good saturation plugin, get Saturn. That is the only one you'll ever need. But it is also heavy, of course, on processes. Hello, Electronic Sounds Audio. I'm guessing that Dean will agree with me with this. So, Dean, if you haven't heard, we're talking about a little production trick. Instead of using compression on snares, for instance, you know how people are trying to always squash them down and keep them in check, and I've done that too a lot in the past. And instead of doing that, just using saturation and distortion instead, just to get it to sound as loud, but you're still keeping the peaks down. Can you peer review what I just said? Can you confirm that, Dean? Oh yeah, Cy Effen. Finally made a live stream. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Cy Effen. And I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah. Let's see here. Let's go back to Discord. So many plugins. What do I get? This guy, Paul, he just that guy that guy is bleeding apps. That guy is just pushing out so many apps. I don't understand how he does it. I have no idea how he does it. He must be doing apps like that. I think that guy has insomnia or something. It's almost as if he pushes out a new app every week, just something new, something interesting that he pushes out. And I don't have most of it because I haven't had time to go through it. It's the same with Eventide. And if you look at Eventide, look at this back catalog. It looks like they're basically pushing out all of their algorithms for their effect pads. They're pushing them out as plugins. That means that they have what, like 100 more to push out, if they're gonna push out all of them as plugins. So, oh yeah, so we got Vortex in the stream. So what's up, Vortex? We're talking production tricks here. We're talking apps. What did everyone get? What did everyone get? What purchases are you most satisfied right now? Now that everyone is just doing this month, like a black month kind of thing. I can't see any. Am I blind? I can't see any Eventide stuff on this. Is this list longer? Is that it? Or did he produce a list earlier? No, I can't see any because this is all of Kai's apps. And we got Alex's apps, Glitch Core, Sliver, Glitch Breaks. All of those are really good, by the way. Borderlands granular. Anyone? Is there anyone out there that doesn't really that don't have Borderlands granular by now? Get nothing. Still not sure about buying. Still very few channels. Trip app. Samuel, I'm unsure what you mean there. You mean channel strips? Yeah, I mean, there's one from. Oh, yeah, that's one problem I had actually when doing my mixing in Cubase's. I have a problem with gain staging. Okay, so what I've done is because the app, they Cubase's has its own channel strip in there, but it doesn't have like a gain for the in. So what I did was I used audio damages channel strip app just for the gain plugin. I wish that one developer out there would just make this very light gain knob, like a small gain plugin. That's all it needs to be. Or that at least Cubase could get it, like just a gain knob, just the gain knob for the gain staging when you're doing mixes. Does it have a gain staging knob? Cubase is 3. Oh, okay. So I haven't even looked. Has that always been in there? Because I didn't find any in Cubase is 2. I bought IVCS3. Oh, that's that weird big synth. Completed my Blees FX, Korg IMS2, Kairos FX, few more Eventides. Blast Saturator will be dope. Wasabi finessed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to anything that Bliss has made. I haven't had any time to do anything with their apps right now. It's been a really hectic year for me, and I've been pushing out less videos and just trying to focus on making every video as good as possible. Oh God, I there's this one video I spent like a huge amount of time on, and it was released during summer, so almost no one saw it. Still has like kind of the lowest amount of views in that category of those type of list videos on my channel, and it's the shimmer reverb thing, because I in that video I'm testing 7 shimmer reverbs, and it's literally all of the shimmer reverbs on the App Store. And I did this collaboration with Guitar Geek. So he basically sent me guitar sounds to use, and oh, that video, it was so much fun to make. I put so much time into it, and then very few people saw it. I was thinking of trying to make some kind of a not a re-upload, but repost or something. See if anyone's still interested. Maybe change out the thumbnail or something like that. But I had shimmer reverbs coming out of my bum. Eventide shimmer and TV reverb. People were over the shimmer. My shimmer videos are low views too. Okay. But did you put out yours during summer? Because during summer, I had the biggest drop on my channel that I've ever had. It was the weirdest thing, and I'm still recovering from that now. It started growing again, but this summer was worse than any other summer. Korg module, IAPs, Groovebox IAPs, Bloxwaves IAPs. Oh, you got a lot of IAPs. Dotech Beepo Max. Depot Max. Oh, it's that mastering limiter, isn't it? I kept overlooking my TB reverb for shimmer. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you have to turn it on inside there. Skid is one cheap app I would buy now. I don't think I've ever tried Skid, actually. It has a gain knob too. You see? You get home blind. Does anybody have? I I gotta check that out now, but just because. Let me see here. Oh, I have to check it out. Have I removed all of those? I think I I think I removed all of them. Let me just add this real quick. No, not audio unit. Internal effects and check it channel strip. There we go. Are you talking about the saturator? Because I couldn't use that because it saturates the sound when I use that. I just want a normal gain. The other one is a compressor. Like, okay, you can't pull down on that because this one, it always saturates your sound no matter what you do. And that's why I don't want to use it. It's either in tube mode or tape mode. And even when I pull down the drive, I hear that there's still some weird effect going on there. I wasn't sure, so I tested it in an oscilloscope, and there's still something going on, and I don't like that. I want it completely clean, just a regular gain knob. So when I tested out Audio Damage's channel strip, it didn't do anything. It just has this gain knob at the beginning of the plugin, and it doesn't do anything when you've got everything else turned off. There's no distortion, there's no nothing on it. That's why I've removed all of them probably in this, and then I'm using my own stuff or other stuff that I want to use. Let's just turn that off. Go nuts on Lars, he should listen to you. Yeah, I've been complaining so much. The situation doesn't kick in until the drive goes up. There's no saturation applied when drive. But just try running the signal, a clean sine wave through that thing when you've got the drive and everything turned down, and look at it in an oscilloscope. Because when I tested that, I had distortion on it. It did something to it, and I didn't like that. So try it out. Anyone knows if Roland uses to make discount on Roland? No, I have no idea if they do that actually. You can't detect any distortion when drive is set to 0? Is it really? Crap. Let's try that out. We'll open a new project and we'll just run a regular sine wave or something through there. Let's make a completely new project. I just need to check it out. Just test. There we go. And let's do a audio channel. We'll do MIDI, and let's drive it up with a let's run an audio unit. I just need a regular synth with nothing on it. Let's just do the Poison one. What do we have? We have a sine wave right there, and drive it over there. If we can get just a initialized lead here, that would be great. There we go, in it. I know from experience that this is loud. Hey, come on. Why can't I hear you now? Oh. There we go. There we go. All we need now is an oscilloscope. And do we have insert effects? We have the channel strip on there. Just make sure that everything else is bypassed on this, apart from the saturator. Let's set that to, is it set to 0? It's set to 0 right there. Okay, and that is at 0 and that is at 20, so nothing. This drive is down, tape and tube. Okay, cool, everything looks good. All we need now, we're gonna put it at the output. Alright, so audio unit. Now I have apps here that I'm testing, so I can't show you that, but I'll load up an oscilloscope. I just don't want to load up anything that I'm not supposed to show. Here we go. I don't know if this will show it properly though. We can test that out. All we need is a tone now. So let's try that. Let's just put in a tone. Let's do a C at 2. Like that. That should work. And let's check the output. Oh, come on. Why are we getting nothing now? Hello? Is it too low? It's too low. It's still too low. Let's bring that down. Come on. Come on. No, you're right. Doesn't look like any distortion. I must have done something wrong when I tested it. Let's see if we can introduce some here. It doesn't happen if I switch over either. Wait, what just happened there? Did you hear that? There's definitely something happening with the tube. It doesn't look like it, but you can hear it. This is what I was talking about. But it only happens with the tube. Can you hear it? This is so weird. Why does it do that? There's nothing on the tape. There's nothing there. But with the tube, it definitely does something. Tape and tube. You hear that? There's an overtone added to it. Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. That's why I wanted to remove it. You see what I mean? Like this thing. But I actually thought it was both the tape and the tube. So I'm glad we tested it out. See, people, this is why you do science. This is literally science. This is how we do it. We always try to disprove. It's good to know what stuff isn't, so you can know what something is, basically. I'll actually talk to Lars about that, because there shouldn't be any weird thing going on with the signal when you've got the gain and everything down. But there was clearly something happening, but it didn't show on the oscilloscope though. It looked worse the last time I did it. So maybe when I pulled down the drive, maybe I didn't get it all the way down. You know how it can look like it's all the way down? It could be something like that. Either way, there's something strange going on as soon as you hit the tube one. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, that was fun. I like how a track in there was called the best one. Yeah, I have lots of those. If I sit down, I hope you were talking to me, because I did have a track in there called the one of the best or something like that. And I often sit down and I make these little shitty things, okay? And then if I do something that sounds better than everything else, even though I think it might be shit, it's still the best one. I'll name it that. And the day after, I'll check it out. If it's still good, it gets a proper name, and then it gets moved down the list. So I can always have the best one slot open for other tracks. I even do that in Figure. I have that in Figure too. So what am I supposed to get here? I have so many of these. By the way, Streamer, that is an app from one of my patrons, I think, actually makes that one. It brings in lots of radio channels or things like that, if anyone's interested in that. I already have Aria, and I can't. I've tried so many years now to befriend Aria, and it just doesn't work for me. I have everything from Kai, but there must have been some other list posted somewhere. If anyone has a link to a more complete list of sales, then please feel free to post it down there in the chat, because oof. Streamer is fire. Random radio from other countries. Yeah, I love that too. It's fun to be able to switch between a German channel right over to a Japanese channel, and then you get a Chinese channel. It's really interesting. Link at top of Discord page. Oh, there are still lots of sales from Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So this is the Monday opening background and Tuesday opening background. Thank you for that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Reverb FDN, EOS 2, those are two of the best reverbs on iOS, along with Black Hole Reverb. If you want regular reverb, if you want shimmer reverbs, fuck Alteza is fuck Alteza. Oh my god, that's sorry everyone, that's my Swedish, okay? My Swedish hood or Swedishness shines through sometimes. I'm sure that Samuel is just laughing at this right now. FAC Alteza. FAC Alteza. Okay, everyone? Sorry about that. Quanta Granular Synthesis and Continua. These are good ones too. Discord 4. Oh, I love Discord 4 so much. Here are all the Eventide stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 apps right here. QOX, Mangled Words. The Spring Reverb is something I'm interested in though. I mean all of their stuff are good, but I'm always looking for something that I can review. And spring reverbs, I'm just a sucker for those. I'm not sure if people are interested in spring reverbs at all, but I am. I've built hardware spring reverbs and stuff. It's one of my favorite types of reverbs, especially as a hardware unit. I still have a hardware unit somewhere in this apartment. I wish that Korg would make some more packs for the Korg IK oscillator. They only ever made one pack, but you know. The Korg Electribe Wave is also cool. There's so many apps. I can't afford all of these. I really have to be very specific. I think I'll post like a screenshot tomorrow of what I bought. It's so hard. I got everything from these from Veersun because their stuff is so good. 2 packs for the IK oscillator. Wait, there's 2 packs? 2 packs? Oh yeah. Wait, one of them was an EDM pack, right? What's the second one? I don't remember that ever happening. 2 for a very long time. I just remember the EDM thing. I can't remember what the second thing was. Sample A1, 66% off. Yeah, and if anyone wants a really good like sampler, Audio Layer is sick, actually, from Veersun. It's really sick. By the way, for anyone using Cubases, since we don't have sidechain options, WoodPresser is a good plugin to use for stuff like that. It's easy to set up a plugin on the channel where you want to send the thing, and then you have up to, I can't remember, was it like 8 channels or something like that you can use as receiving channels or send channels. I've been using that for all my tracks where I need sidechain compression because I'm too lazy to draw in automation for everything. Because of course you can do that too. Let's have a look at the third one. This is the Tuesday list. Oh, I already did buy Phosphor 3. I already have Phosphor 2. And what I did like with this was that they didn't just upgrade it to Phosphor 2 to Phosphor 3. They still kept Phosphor 2 in there. So now I actually have both of them. So they're right here, okay? So this is Phosphor 2. It looks like this. It looks like this. And it doesn't work anymore, does it? Is that it? They abandoned it, didn't they? No, it works. Okay. Okay, so this is Phosphor 2, right? I love this synth because I love additive synthesis, and there's so much fun you can do with this. And then Phosphor 3 looks like this. So it's literally, it's kind of the same synth, but they redid the whole interface and everything, and upgraded the engine a bit. And I can, in my opinion, the new interface that they made, Jesus, why does it take so long for it to start? What? It won't start. Okay, wait, maybe I have to close this one down. Can y'all hear that? It's clicking. Come on now. I just tried to show them this. Oh, God. Okay. I have to plop this and plop it back in. I must have hit the cable again. That keeps happening for me. Memory full on the iPad? It shouldn't be. But let's do this. Let's do this. Let's turn everything off. And let's just open up this app. There's something weird going on here, definitely. Let's look at the memory here. Let's refresh that and just flush everything out. Got a really nice sound going on here now. Let's see if we can get this to connect again. All right. Okay. So that's on again. Let's try to open up Phosphor. I'm gonna open up a synth I know works. This synthesizer that no one knows about, of course. It's not like I haven't talked about this a lot, like lately. Ooh, what is this? It seems to work. Okay, so let's try Phosphor 3 again. I tested it yesterday. It was working. What is this? Oh my God, it starts again. I think I found a bug. Yep. No. Seriously? What changed since yesterday? Why could I open it yesterday? When was the latest update for Phosphor 3? Let's just check here. Let's check the App Store. I just want to see if I have if I updated Phosphor or something. I mean, come on. No Phosphor here. It opened up fine yesterday, but now it won't even start. What is this? Guess I'm gonna have to report a bug. It works fine for you. Why isn't it working for me? I haven't updated to iOS 14. I'm still running iOS 13.4 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Yesterday I was able to open up Phosphor without any problems, but today it just doesn't work. It won't work. I can hear it click, you know, I can hear the drivers just initializing, reinitializing, reinitializing. It's not working for me, it's just crashing. And now it's still going, it's still going. I have to deplug this again and plug it in. I'm gonna abandon that now, and I'm gonna report that because there's obviously something not right with it. I'm glad to see that the bass 808 synth from AudioKit is out again. Wasn't this like a limited thing? I'm glad it's out anyway, because I really wanted to review it, and I really wanted to review the 909, but I have a hard time doing that if they just keep on disappearing from the store. It's not like they're disappearing, but they used to do this where they're raising the price, so it's really expensive, so it's like an exclusive thing. And then it makes no sense for me to make a video about that if people find my video and then they can't go and buy the app. It's just, I don't want to make videos like that. It's limited for certain sales. Oh God. You know, it seemed like a fun thing at first, but yeah, when you're making videos, I just want to make videos for my when I make videos for my channel, I put so much effort into it. I don't want to make videos about something that just suddenly goes out of sale and then you have to wait like 6 months and it comes back in sale. I don't want to do that. I just find it a bit contrived to point people towards an app that just keeps disappearing. Because AudioKit apps are really good. And when you're buying their stuff, you're supporting a good cause. Swedish joke, that one. Try restarting the iPad. Yeah, you know what? Let's try what Joshua says here. Okay, Josh, we're gonna try restarting the iPad. Try restarting the iPad. I'm just gonna do that and then turn it on. There is no Thor synth in App Store anymore? Really? You can't buy it anymore? That means that they probably have to do an update if they want to keep selling it, you know? And they haven't done that. Right, I'm not gonna show you that. Oh God. Can you start up my sound card, please? Thank you. I want to listen to that. Okay, so one last try. We're gonna try opening Phosphor again. Phosphor 3. Here we go. Nope. Nope, it's doing it again. Restart doesn't help. God. I have to unplug and plug again. Okay, no, we're giving up on that. No more Phosphor. There we go. And here are more Eventide stuff. The Crystals Harmonizer, by the way, looks interesting to me too. There's a lot here. Yeah, I'll be able to maybe afford 3 or 4 of these, and I'll probably get 3 that I want and 1 that I can review. So we'll see what that will be in the end. I'll have to post something on Instagram or Twitter, just a picture of what I'm buying basically, because it's just too much, just so much. Let's see here. I just want to do a quick check because let's see here. Thor, if I type that in, we're gonna get stupid stuff, I think. Yeah. If we type in recent studios, what do they have? There's no Thor. That makes me sad. That's a good synthesizer, by the way. It's a really good synthesizer. Come on. Is Figure ever gonna get a landscape mode? That's what I'm wondering. Probably not. Rip Thor. You know what? Let's just do something quick with Thor here, just to celebrate. Let's celebrate it with some sounds. I've got some sounds in here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fart. Um, that's my fart folder. Why am I in the fart folder? I'm really sorry about that. I don't mean to play farts. I'm really sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to do that. I'm hitting the wrong keys. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I am really sorry. Let's play something else. Come on. I can't remember how you did this. How did? Wait. It's like that, isn't it? Yeah. I love this synthesizer so much. It sounds great. And God, I've spent so much time, making videos on this channel about Thor, and those videos are now kind of useless since people can't get Thor, and that's too bad. I mean, sure, you could use the same techniques for doing stuff on desktop, but if desktop people find my videos, they won't look at them because they can see that it's an app, and usually they'll just stay away from it. I've made so many great presets. I'm especially fond of my bell patches because I've used those in so many tracks, and some of it you might not even hear, but using them to make like atmospheric stuff, it's just a great thing. I really wanted that fart pack, but Wasabi, that fart pack should be out, so you can get it. Uh, where can I find it? Can I find the fart pack? It should be on. Let's see if I can just real quickly accommodate you. Wait, I'll do it on my phone. I'll do it on my phone. Real quick here, on my phone. So let's see if I can find the fart pack, cause I know I have a link somewhere to the fart pack. Do 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 do. I'm just gonna search for that video. I think I have it. So hack attack fart Thor hack attack Thor farts. So let's play synth farts. That's where I have it. Let's see if I can find a link here. There should be preset download. Yeah, there it is. So open that in Safari, Dropbox. There we go. Okay, so I should be able to share this. So copy that. I go back to YouTube, and now I find our video again of my stream, Jakob haQ live, and we go in here, and I paste the link here. So if anyone wants like Thor farts, you can get that. I just didn't get blessed in time to grab the Thor app. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Recently noticed multi-track adds a sound copy feature to the Photos app for converting any vid to WAV file. WAV file that comes in handy. That is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Normally I'd have to bring in video clips into LumaFusion and then export the audio. I still do, by the way. You know, old habits die hard. That's not Swedish. It's something in between English and Swedish. Old habits die hard. That's what I was trying to say. As usual, my streams always turns into complete shit after just half an hour or so, and it looks as if it looks as if we've been streaming for half an hour, and that's why it's turning into shit. Yep. Wow. LumaFusion is amazing. Yeah, and ooh, the upgrades they've been doing. They recently upgraded LumaFusion with HEVC. Basically, you can export like videos with transparent backgrounds and stuff. The problem is that you have to have a newer iDevice to use that. If you don't, then that option doesn't even show up in the export menu. So since I have an iPad Pro first gen, I don't get that option. I would be so happy if I could export videos with a transparent background, because that would mean that many of my animations wouldn't have that little green tint around the edges, or blue tint from the blue screen, faked blue screen thing I'm doing for all of my animations and stuff. I checked out 100 VJ. It's free. You can make interesting visuals with your photos. I'll check that out, Sasha. I'm always interested in looking for like apps to do visual stuff. I, I, what's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? I used to copy across projects all the time. Yeah, the open in menu is really something that I do appreciate with iOS in general, actually, because I come from a PC world, and I miss very much from the PC world on the Mac world and on iOS. There's so many things that I find very contrived and very just. I just feel like some of the functions are so contrived. You have to walk miles to get some stuff done, and with the filing system and everything. And sure, it's gotten better now, but one thing I do really appreciate on iOS is that copy feature, that open in menu. It's so good when it works, and when it has access to everything. And ever since the Files app got introduced, it's so much easier now to just send stuff everywhere and backup stuff everywhere. I'm still using Audio Share to manage most of my files. Zip files, MIDI files, WAV files, so many things I get in there. Even fonts. I even use it to manage my fonts. I could just use the Files app, right? But yeah, I've gotten so used to doing it inside AudioShare, and AudioShare can send stuff everywhere, even to like LumaFusion and Visible and anything else that I'm using. So I've just come to depend on AudioShare more than anything else. It's one of the best apps out there for any musician if you want to manage files of a musical sort in one place. But you could just do it in a Files app. Then again, some apps don't support Files app yet. I mean, it's kind of new still, kind of. Come on. I mean, it's been out there for a year or more, right? But it's still some apps, and older apps too, that can't access the Files app. So you kind of have to go do little loops and hoops. Dimitri wants to know if I'm gonna do some more MC 101 tutorials. I found a couple of them on my channel. Yeah, yes, Dimitri, I am. But the way that it's looking right now, me trying to get back with everything, plus I have some other hardware I need to get some videos out on, and then I need to get my like yearly top lists out. So probably I'll be able to get back to that like next year in January. It's not too long. I mean, it's a month or so, but still, it's still some time. I wanted to do some, earlier, and during the summer when I saw the drop in views and everything, I just decided against doing anything like that and just focusing on apps completely. That's why I've been doing so little hardware stuff the last few months, because how everything has been looking, when I should have done it the other way around. I should have focused on hardware, because it turned out that hardware was what was selling the best during the summer. So hardware channels, their views just peaked, while the ones that I was making just dropped completely. So MC 101, yeah, probably for 2021 instead. And that's good. That's good. That just gives me more time to do something proper. I wanted to do something on the drums and how you're able to process them in there, just because so many people are looking at the MC 101 and saying it's overpriced, and they're not looking at these at the specs for the thing. And as soon as you go into just the drum section and see what you can do in the forms of equalizing and you know stuff like that on each sample, becomes very apparent where Roland put all of their effort in, and it's in the programming and what's what that computer can do. I'm about to start stream hopping. Yeah, you have a nice evening, Wasabi. NS2 is such a good and convenient DAW, but I can't use it because there is no audio tracks and AUV3 automations. Yeah, audio tracks. I don't know if that's gonna come. I don't know when or anything. I haven't heard anything from the developer Matt either, so I have no idea how it's gonna go. I mean, there are some third-party AUV3 plugins you could use that will allow you to record some or do some audio stuff or at least have audio in there, but it's a contrived workaround. I get that. It's not fun to do. But that this is how I've been using NS2. Like NS2 is perfect when you're doing pure EDM production where you don't need a bunch of audio. Then it's just the best, absolutely the best. And whenever you need to have some audio clips in there, you can easily do that with Slate, right? But as soon as you want longer files or anything, it just becomes a big chore, and you have to chop up stuff and do it in Slate and then play keys after one another. There's loads of ways around it, like using third-party plugins. But yeah, I'd rather just go with something like Cubase then, because it was always made for that, right? For tracking, stuff like that in general. But then Cubase is lacking other things that I want in an app. The things that exist in something like Aria, but then I don't like working in Aria. You see what I mean? It's always something you have to um, compromise on. Not compromise. What do you call it? You get one thing, but you lose something else. Yeah, basically. So you always have to pay for what you get with something else with iOS apps. That's what it feels like still after all these years. And I've been working like this for more than, like, on my channel 6 years, but for 7 or 8 years, doing everything on these platforms with iPhone and iPad. And all the workarounds I've done, I am really starting to get tired of some of them, especially when it comes to the video work. And I love LumaFusion, but there are so many days I could give my right hand, because I'm left-handed, but I could give my left hand even to just for a PC system with this fattest, most souped up processor out there, loads of RAM, and After Effects. I would give everything for that sometimes. There's just some things I want to do that is so simple, just a few clicks for me to do in After Effects, but on iOS, I have to spend half a day making it. There's this animation video where I'm singing or rapping about Apple, about dongles and stuff. If you haven't seen it, let me bring it up here real quick. I know that most of you have seen it, but I don't care. I'm going to show it anyway. For anyone that's new, okay? Because I do criticize Apple because of how much I use this system. Um, and so, yeah, you should never be discouraged from criticizing something you love. Apple loves your money. Let's see if I can get this one up. Your not money, it's money. Come on. Apple loves your money. There we go. There we go. Give us your money. Yeah, I mean, this video was made using an app, Core Animator, and then I brought in all the animation clips into LumaFusion, and this would have taken me just a few hours to make. The animations and stuff, it would have taken me a few hours to make inside After Effects. It's like a flash animation, right? You take photos and pictures, and then you put them together. You make them move a little bit with some keyframes. It's not much in the forms of work. What takes the longest is actually just to cut out all of the heads and bodies and things. That's what takes the longest to make. And by the way, hello Jamie, I just saw you in the stream there. in the chat window. Uh, so what I did was export that, brought it into LumaFusion, and then I started adding text and maybe some other photos and stuff. But all the text is basically added inside LumaFusion, and that can take time or not. But this would have taken a few hours in After Effects. But with me working on iOS, in Core Audio or in Core Animator and LumaFusion, this ended up taking me a week. So it's stuff like that. Sometimes I just want a computer, a desktop computer, just to minimize some of the stuff I have to do, because it takes 4 or 5 or 10 times longer to do on here than it does anywhere else. Whereas when I produce music, I get stuff done much faster on here. And if I want to get a quick video out, then there's nothing quicker than an iPhone or an iPad for me. It's really, really quick. But when you want to do intricate stuff like animating stuff like this animation isn't long. I mean, it's what, 2 minutes or something? The track took me a few hours to make. But the clip, these clips took me days. It's insane that I put this time in to do that. So if you haven't seen it, it's called Apple Loves Your Money. And if you can't find it, Apple Loves Your Money Hack Attack with Q's. And you'll find it. And go check that out, because, I mean, it's fun. If you've ever used Apple products, you kind of know what I mean in here. Anyways, what I'm talking about. This is why I want a computer sometimes. Those keyframes can get tedious. Yes, and realize this also. Whenever you see tracking, motion tracking in a video. Whenever you see any type of motion tracking in a video, know this: your boy Jakob right here did all of that by hand, manually. I do the tracking by hand, manually. I put in all the keyframes manually. I go frame by frame and move the picture literally. Okay, so anyone who has been doing anything with keyframes, you know how much of a pain that is. That's how you did it in the old days. Nowadays you just load it up into something like After Effects. You scan it. You put 2 points in there, you scan it, and it gives you all the points, and it gives you a movement pattern that you can then save down and put into something else, right, to make stuff interesting. For simulating handheld cameras or whatever. I do all the tracking by hand. Use a pen and the numbers bounce a lot. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't have a pen. I don't have a pencil. I've never had it. I only use my fingers. Can you now understand why I'm getting so tired working like this sometimes? I'm thinking that maybe I should get a pen when I get a new iPad. Hello, Terrible Peril. Gotta fold some laundry. Yeah, you go do that. I got some socks hanging in there. By the way, the channel finally reached. We did a 1K channel subscriber celebration a little while ago, a few weeks back, and we hadn't really reached 1,000. But now we have reached 1,000. So now, right now, I'm waiting for YouTube to give me access to live streaming on mobile through the YouTube app, because it seems you have to wait. But I've filled all the other criterias. We have made it so that the channel, the live streaming channel here, the second channel, my second channel, fills all the criteria for streaming on mobile, which means that whenever it becomes viable, if I want to do a project outside, I can go out and have a live stream with my phone and nothing else. Just put a USB battery in and we can do some live streaming like that. That would be interesting. I've thought about maybe going out into the forest where I can get good cell coverage and doing some sampling live, and making some music out in the forest during a live stream. That would be a lot of fun. Hello, Sion. Mike Lucas says, I got a pencil but couldn't find enough excuses to justify the expense. And yeah, it's been the same for me. But then again, I sit here and I complain over me not being able to do certain things, and using fingers to do certain things is just doesn't work. And sometimes in LumaFusion, when you want to be accurate, everyone who uses LumaFusion knows what I mean if you've used it with your finger. Trying to be accurate sometimes, with levers and stuff, it's you kind of need a sharp point sometimes just to get accurate. Animation Pro can get do that pretty quickly. Animation Pro. I don't know if I've ever tried that. I'm gonna check it out. M1 is air is fanless and instant on. Huh. Get one of the M1s. Yeah, that's the thing. I need to get the iPad first, and if I'm gonna save up for an M1, uh, I could probably put together a PC from parts myself for half or a third of the price if I do that. I already have an old monitor here. I already have like keyboards and mouses and stuff from my old PC days. And I do have a good tower. All I need is to buy the parts and put them together, and I already know how to do that. I've done that loads of time in the past. I've always built my own systems. I could just do that, and then I would get away with very little money and get a very, very powerful system just to edit videos on. I might actually do that. Build myself a little video editing corner just for that stuff. Vampriem. Congrats, Jacob. Thank you so much. Um, it feels great to have reached 1K subscribers. I remember reaching 1K subscribers back on the main channel, and I mean that was a big thing for me. It took me a while. It took me quite some time. It's gone faster here, but it's because yeah, I already had that established main channel, and a lot of you jumped over from there. I don't know if there are any people here that found this channel through just finding this channel through searching or something. Are all of you subscribed to the other channel? And if you aren't, you should be subscribed to the other channel. I keep forgetting to tell people to do that. I always do it at the end of my videos, but no one actually watches that. My nose has been tickling all evening. What the hell? Thank you so much. 1K is a big thing on this channel. It is. It is a big thing. Especially considering how much I mess stuff up. I mean, look at my streams. I start up, I complain about me not doing, me trying out something new, so the setup doesn't work. I'm not getting audio. I'm not getting this. And then we do actually talk about the topic, and after half an hour, it's like my brain just wanders off, and we start talking about completely different things. We did an oscilloscope test to find out if I had gotten something wrong about Cubase's, and it's just all over the place sometimes. And I go back and I watch these streams, and I'm wondering, are you having fun? Are you enjoying this? Because I'm fine with it if you are enjoying this. I mostly just enjoy hanging out with you and talking to you and getting feedback instantly instead of comments. After I drop a video, I'm usually so tired from all the work I put into that video, because I work really, really hard up to that point. And then when I put it in, trying to be really, like, really right there in the moment, just trying to respond to comments, it's not easy for me because I'm already so tired. And so a lot of the times my answers is basically just thank you. And I feel so guilty about that. So I try to make it interesting by using stupid emojis. So I'll do a bro fist emoji, and then I'll do a smiley and a bro fist emoji to someone else, and then I'll do a heart and a bro fist emoji, and then I'll do some like a fire thing. I'll do a little fart cloud. I don't do fart clouds, but I'll do something else, and I feel guilty about that. But it's basically me just trying to show interest, because I'm of course super happy that people are commenting. But when we're doing this, when we're sitting here chatting like this, I can just respond to you instantly. I love doing that. Thank you for joining the stream and doing that. I've always envied that, on other channels, being able to do that. the previous live streams I did on my main channel were never like this, fun like this for me. I had fun, but I've never had so much fun as I'm having right now with you guys, because this is different. It's laid back. We can do whatever we want. You can literally ask for whatever you want, apart from me doing something weird or disgusting on camera, because I don't do that. That's just not me. The vids have a cozy vibe. I like the dimmed aesthetics. Thank you. That's actually just a shitty camera. Okay? Hustle. Hustle. It's okay, man. I know I'm assuming your gender, but it's okay. If you're a dude, it's okay. You can say it. Camera is shitty, Jacob. Jacob, your camera is shitty. It's shitty. You can say that. It's okay. I know that. It doesn't look good. I don't care. So that's okay. I mean, some of the streamers that I watched this guy called Penguin Zero. I don't know if you know who that is, but he grew pretty big. Like in the last couple of like in the last year, he's grown like exponentially. Penguin Z, his name is Charlie. He's got black long hair and a beard and a mustache, and he does funny stuff. He's been playing around with penises a lot lately. Not like that. Not like that. It's like, okay, I can't describe it without it sounding really, really bad, but it hasn't interested me as much. But whenever he sits down to talk, I'm very interested in hearing what he says, because the guy is bright, and I like that. And he's a thinker. He's a critical thinker, like many of us, creatives. And all he uses is a shitty webcam, and he doesn't even have special lights. I mean, the light is yellow because it's like regular light bulbs, like what I used when I started out my channel. And he doesn't care, and I like that. It was the same thing with this guy, Ian iDubbbz. He did the same thing at the beginning. He just used a shitty camera and just sat there and talked, and the microphone sounded bad and everything. It doesn't matter, because it creates this atmosphere. I can understand kind of what you mean, Hustle. I get that from other channels. I like it. It's more personal. It's more laid back, you know? Joey Y. Hello, Joey. Mikita Unknown. Have you always been called Mikita, or are you new to this channel? I notice new names, and I just want to make sure that I'm seeing you. Like Weltenkinder. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it sounded German to me or something. That's why I'm saying it like that. That was weird. Why did I do that? I don't know. I don't I don't know. Michael Lohmeyer, oh, the quality of the content is what matters. Bad cameras are okay. Yeah, and I agree. I agree. Some of the biggest channels out there have the lousiest cameras and some really shitty looking rooms that they're in and really bad audio. But if the content is good, what they're talking about, what they're doing is good, then who cares? Who cares? New media is awesome that way. You can do whatever you want. That has always been the true power of YouTube. Came back to iOS from Akai software. BM3 has every single thing except the ability to offset a sample by adding space-time at the beginning when the pad is triggered. Oh, you want to add some latency, I almost said. Well, that's kind of what you're doing, in setting latency. But yeah, offset time. Yeah, it doesn't have that, does it? I had those problems back when I was doing like stuff. I was using a sampler. I can't remember the name of it, but I was using a sampler back on when I was using a Windows 95 computer. So yeah, this is years ago. But I had to use something called SoundForge, and I opened up the files and I added silent noise into the sample whenever I I needed to do something like that. And sometimes I had to cut down the sample shorter, so I almost lost the attack just to make it sound right. It's just, ugh, the workarounds we did. Yeah, you talk to Dean. Talk to Dean there about the sample offset, because that guy is just on spot. On spot? Spot on. Soundforge throwback. Yeah, Soundforge. I mean, the good old days. Anyone remember VAS Modular? It was a Vaz modular, like VAZ modular. That's an old app, 1998, I think. All right, you could do so much in it. Like the most straightforward type of, simplest type of modular out there. It was so cool. One of my first tools. Acid, acid. You mean from Propellerhead? I like the sound of that idea, Hustle. Even when quantized, that's a dope trick. Buzz, anyone? Buzz is something I must have missed. But Hammerhead, Hammerhead, and that guy making Hammerhead, he's still here. It's Bram Bose. Like, imagine that. The guy who made Hammerhead is here, right here, and we're buying his apps today. The guy is just the tiger. He just fights on, pushing it. It's so cool. Acid Loops, same company as SoundForge. Oh, Acid Loops. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm always thinking. What am I thinking about? Acid. I'm thinking about something completely different. What am I thinking about? Why did I say Propellerhead? Oh, sorry. I was thinking Rewire when you said Acid. I don't know why, but I think it's because I was doing a lot of routing and Rewire and Reason and Q. Oh God. This is the worst system ever. Doing Rewire. I mean, think about it. We're doing Rewire today. That was like, that's what we've been doing. Some of us are doing that already. We're using AudioBus and AUM like that sometimes to port sounds from apps through this app into Cubasis, for instance. That's literally Rewire. I mean, come on. AUFX. Still waiting for AUV3 for AUFX. Well, they're doing that. They're doing that. Or he's doing it. Jonathan is doing it. I never thought of it. The Sensel sale is intriguing. Do you have any revised opinions on the controller? Revised? Oh, sorry, I'm screaming. Revised? No. I still like the controller. I do. I still like it. And it's got a pretty good battery time, actually, for operating. Many controllers, they do have a good battery time, but what I like about this one is that it's rechargeable and it's built into it, so it's kind of like using an iPad. Okay? So it feels very natural just to put a USB in there. With something like with my most favorite controller, like right here, if you can see that, my Korg Nano Key Studio. With that one, if I want to battery power it, I have to do it with a USB battery or with the AAA batteries. And in those cases, I mean, when I run out, it's annoying because it takes so many of them, 4 of them. You know, and sometimes I don't have those small batteries because I'm always using them for my pocket operators. But yeah, when it's built in like that, that's one thing I like. And I do like that I can do my own things, but I mean, think about it. The way that I'm using it, someone asked me, like, when I did my Drambo video, let me bring up that when I'm talking about stuff, I really should bring it up more often because it makes it more of a. I've gotten some criticism about that. Show me what you're talking about, Jacob. What are you doing? Go to my channel. Right there. Just show that. So in this performance video, I mean, what I am actually doing with the Sensel Morph is so simple. I've done this one thing. It's one layout with the same layout as you have in Drambo already, right? You've got pads up here for all the tracks, and all I'm doing is switching them. And someone asked me, why don't you just use these pads to switch? Why don't you do that? Well, it's because of how I am as a person, and there's more than just these pads because I also have pattern switches over here. So I don't only have track switches, I have pattern switches. And the way that I like it, doing it on Sensel Morph, and why I like using the custom thing is because I can color stuff myself. I have a huge problem with trying to staying like with with focus. I have a huge focus problem, and I can't have too many things go on at the same time in the forms of user interface. I can do many things at once, but the interface has to be consistent. And so if I'm using a lot of controllers on a table, I want to keep my eyes on the table. I do not want to lift my eyes up to a screen and lift my hand to a screen. I want to do it right there on the table. That's how I work. That's how I am. And that's what I've been using the Sensor Morph for switching out patterns for Drambo, and also switching out tracks. And it's so great because you can make all of these sensors or all of these pads pretty large, which is great. But it's literally like going up here, except from the patterns, because the pattern switches are so small up in the upper left corner, and then it's easier to have these big ones. I've also been trying out some with the video editing thing, but that hasn't worked out for me yet. Okay, that hasn't. However, the music production thing, can I get that? Wait, let me just pick that up. Where are you? Oh, right there. So we got my little bag over here. So if we open this up, so what I've been using mostly is this, and as you can see, it's literally just the tracks, drum swab Reese. I haven't named this because I didn't use that. I had to not use it. Pluck organ pad, vocal, FX channel send 1, send 2, and master, and then I have patterns 1 to 5. And this is how I like working. But I did try out the production. So I tried out this, and I didn't get this to work. But what I did try out also was this thing, the Buchla one. And the Buchla is great because it's the only actual layout that will allow you to actually switch out and have multiple layouts in it. So you can switch layouts out here. I can't remember how many you had, if it was 8 or 6 or something, but if you make one layout, then you can make another one, and you can switch between them on this button here, which is great. And it's the only layout that lets you do that. The only layout. In that sense, it's very, very, very usable. So if you're getting a Sensor Morph, you should definitely get the Buchla layout and make several ones. Even though it's made for playing notes and stuff, but you know, I mean, it's MPE and everything, so you can probably find use for it. Plus, it has play, stop buttons, record, and everything up here. Switching buttons, you can use them for anything. You can set them up for anything. But it's the only one that you can switch between different ones without having to connect it to a MacBook again and just do it again, because you can't switch, you can't connect to any app. There is no Sensor Morph app where you can make your layouts. You have to do it on Mac. So that's the only thing that holds it away from being perfect in that way. There are some other things. I didn't like the tiny relief on this thing. It felt too flat for me. I would have preferred it if it was kind of inverted, you know, instead with some of these things. Because, to be frank, I'm not a keyboard player, so maybe you shouldn't listen to me. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't listen to me when it comes to these things. But I also did try out the production thing, and I don't have that here right now. There's a production thing with pads and controls like knobs. That one was really good too. That was really good. So that one, the Buchla, and the custom ones, I found those really, really useful. So if you're picking up like a pack, make sure you get those. Those were really useful. I hope that answers your question. I'm still gonna make a full thing with it, but as I said in my video, when I did this short video, and where I basically title it, I only gave myself a few hours. Yeah, that was like a first look, and then I wanted to do some more stuff with it, and I have actively been working with it, trying out some stuff, and it's been working well for Drambo for me. And like I said, the Buchla one is really interesting when you want to have several ones, but I'm still looking into the other ones, because right now I don't like the piano one much at all. And I should have asked them actually to send me the keyboard, you know, for typing. I'm so stupid. I thought I wouldn't need it or want to use it, but then I realized that I should have reviewed it, because Everyone else wants to know probably what it's like. And in short of buying it yourself, then the only way you can do that is by checking a video on it by someone using it. So why the hell didn't I ask them to send that? I'm so stupid. Do 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 do. Profile switching between matte profiles is a must. Yeah, and I did ask them about that for the custom one, and they haven't said anything. But I'm thinking that that might be something they're thinking of making another type of interface or layout or matte that goes on there that you can switch on that has a different layout. Because come on, that is so useful. Having to connect it to a MacBook every time you want to switch out something or remap something is kind of, uh, you know. But once you have all the layouts set up, I mean, you can spend a few days on setting up all the layouts any way you want, and you can make all of the layouts become anything you want. You can even use the Bookla layout as a typing layout if you if you want. It's weird, but you can if you want, because you can set up all these zones in the designer software for the layout any way you want. So once you've done that, it's just as simple as taking a mat, lifting it up, and putting on another, and it instantly switches over to that preset. That is something that other controllers don't have, unless you're using something like maybe the Yuye. I don't know what it's called. There is another one, a soft squishy one, and then there's that weird big one with the big thing that people use to make violin sounds sound really cool. Jamie says I only have one controller, a big bug of keyboard. Otherwise, I just like working on the screen. Yeah, Jamie, I was thinking maybe we should do like a co-op video, playing iPad instruments with sausages. There are some vegan alternative out there, you know. I'm a vegan, but I can probably get a pack of sausages and some cleaning wipes, and we could maybe, I don't know, can we? Is there any point of playing stuff with sausages? It just makes me think of this movie Freddy Got Fingered with that guy. Maybe it's not so interesting. He's doing this whole thing with sausages and he's playing piano and the sausages in the room. I don't understand that movie at all. It's really weird. Did you Joe that Yeslo? I can't pronounce it, but I think that's the one. Yeah, yeah. Tom Green. Tom Green. That's the guy. He does thing. I think it's called Freddy's fingers. No, Freddy's sausage fingers. Freddy got fingered. It's Freddy got fingered. Yeah. Google it, or you know what? Bring up YouTube. Type in Freddy got fingered. It's not nasty. I'm not telling you to do anything nasty. It's on YouTube, so it's okay. It's family friendly stuff. Freddy got fingered, and then type in sausage scenes or something, hot dog scene. Just check that out. And then tell me if you understand that, because I don't. I don't. It's really weird. Boy, that's a flashback. That's a flashback, you know, from back in the day. Sasha, I like I like that you're having fun with the format, but I'm not Penguin Zero. I won't do those kinds of videos on on this channel. I'm not bringing in that thing. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, what it does to my channel if I even mention stuff like that, but yeah. Sinister Snake 72. Sinister Snake. You've been snaking around there in the background. I haven't seen you comment before, or maybe I've missed it or something. Huh? Huh? But now I know you're there. I know there's a sinister snake there in the background sneaking around. Huh? And thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate. I don't agree with you. I don't think I'm funny at all, but I appreciate it. I'll do that for the right price. Jamie, don't start. Don't do it. Jamie, there is a site for this. It's called Can you hear me, Jamie? It's called OnlyFans. It's called OnlyFans. If you want to do stuff like that, you could always explore that option, Jamie. I'd probably become your first backer if you do stuff with sausages and iPads. I used the incognito mode for on that one. Oh God. What did I start? What did I just start? I started something and I don't even know where it ends. It's like I don't even know where I end sometime. Oh, Gas Williams is streaming. I need to switch the days. I want to watch Gas Williams stream. I like that bearded old man. I love that guy. He's so cool. I kind of start looking. I kind of look like him now, with my hair and everything since I lost the dreads. Just got rid of them. The only thing that needs to get grayed out is my beard. And I do have a few white hairs in there, but it's going slowly. Why automations is Cubase 3 is so poor? I don't get it. Mikita, elaborate. What is it that you think is so poor with automations inside Cubases? I'm actually interested in understanding exactly what it is that you feel is lacking when it comes to automation. Is it like hard to do, or is it that there's too little of it, or is there something missing, or something like that, or yeah, just let us know what you think. Automation in most iOS DAWs is upsetting. Okay, there are so many times that I sit and wish that I had Cubase on desktop, alright? Because if I wanted to automate something, it was easy. I drew in an automation just exactly the way I wanted. I could smooth it out, and then I could copy and paste it very simply. When I do it on iOS, it becomes a chore every time. Step automation. Step automation. Yeah, hear me out here. Hear me out here. You could technically you could set the quantization to do kind of step automations. It's almost there. I know it's not. I know it's not. I know it's not. But if you set these, if you set the quantization high enough, then suddenly it's like almost like working like. Does that work? Maybe not. Maybe not. You could always. You probably tried it and you didn't like it. It can be a little fidgety. Yeah, definitely it can be fidgety. I do like when it comes to automation, I really like automation in Core Gadget. They built in automation in a very particular way, and so it's more like drawing, and I really, really, really like that. Automation in Core Gadget is really nice. Here he goes again, trying to find Core Gadget. Here we go. Hola amigos. Muchacha. If we open up here, doom, and go in here, I just love doing automation in here. It feels way more fluid when I do it in here, and I just loving it because as soon as you start doing that, wait, I don't want to mess up anything in my track here. I'm just gonna add another gadget. Let me add Miami bass, and we go into this box, and we go here, and we go to something like oh, okay. I just I love this, and then I can just set it to whatever quantization I want, so it doesn't sound stepped. But I'd like that I can do stuff rhythmically in this very simply by just drawing, and that's something I wish I had in most apps. Huh? What the? What? Oh, okay, I switched track. That was really, really weird. What is this track, by the way? I don't recognize this. Function. I need to. I want to clear this track. And now I can't remember how to do that. That's great. There we go. Yes. What is this track? I'm almost afraid of playing it. Oh, it's this track. It's this track. I just love working in Gadget, and I use Gadget the same way I use Nano Studio. But when it comes to automation, Core Gadget really does it right that way when you want to do rhythmical automations, because it's so easy to draw stuff in. But many times I do wish that I had a pen so I could get more exactly like exact points. By the way, hello Perry Pelican. Perry Pelican, also a long time viewer and one of my hardest critics. So happy whenever I see you in a stream. I hope you're doing good, Perry. What have you been up to, Perry, by the way? I haven't heard from you for a while. Like, have you been buying any new apps? I mean, now that like everything is on sale, I'm looking at. I still have the phone that I had set up earlier. Look at this. It's still here. So I'm looking at the wrong camera. It's right there. I'm in two places at once. Inception. This is Inception TV. Now we got two of me in here. Look at that. Huh? What do you think about that? That's I don't know why I'm doing this. I think it's my brain. Like, I got ADHD and stuff, and I just can't help myself sometimes. I just have to give out, like, I have to output every little thought, everything that comes to my brain. It's really annoying being like this. And you have no idea what my partner has to go through every day just because of me being like this. And I can't help being like this. I can think about, like, if I go out into the public, I have to struggle hard first because I have a problem being around people because I take in everything, okay? So it hurts my head to be around people. And then I also have to be careful so that I don't act out on everything that comes to my mind. Because I'll say stuff right out and I'll be real honest. Don't ask me about the color of your jacket. Jakob, do you like the color of my jacket? I'll just, without thinking, I'm saying it's the most horrible color I've ever seen. And then I look at the person and they look at me with this sad face. And then I realize, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said anything. I can't help being honest about everything. I hate it. I hate it. It's put me into so many problems and so many troubles and started fights that didn't need to be started just because I was being honest, you know? I had to learn to lie, and I hate that. I don't like lying. How's my haircut? I go for lots of walks to do to do what you are saying. uh, Well, you know, I should probably take more walks too, and I should bring my partner out because she gets really sad when she's stuck at home, and she's been stuck at home with me for a long time now because, you know, their offices, there's no one at their offices now. We all know why. And even she's even started studying, and she's a really good student. Is student? She's she's a good student, everyone. That's what you get. Well, I'm Swedish, so what am I supposed to do? She's a good student. She's a a really good student. Like she really knows how to study hard. And so I help her. I do like cross examinations with her and stuff, and it's impressive how much she can learn. But being stuck at home for so long, it's definitely taken a toll on her, and I see that, and it hurts me so much inside that I can't provide her with some of my ADHD and fuel like energy, because somehow I'm able to find some sort of happiness even just sitting locked down in home with everything, all the curtains and everything pulled like this, as if I'm in a dank cave, and still do stuff, feel productive and everything. And it hurts me to see her like that. Did you see a cameo from your partner in one of your last videos? I don't know if she was. You didn't see her, I don't think. No, she wasn't in there. But there will be in the documentary for Agonizer definitely short cameo. Oh, yeah, there is a cameo of my partner in. Well, the documentary I made for the Mellow album. She's in there because she designed the album art. She helped me design the album art, basically for me. I could have done that on iOS, but it would have looked half as good, and it would have taken twice as long. And she basically does design for, like, she's her own boss at this magazine, basically running a magazine. So she's got people employed, and people that has to respond to her. But now she wants to go in another direction in life and do something else. And she's very good at what she does, but she's been doing a lot of design, so that's why she helped her. So she's in there, but I wanted to give her a real spot in the documentary for Agonizer, because she has been she's been pushing me hard, and she's been really, really supportive of me during that whole process of Agonizer. And right before the release, I was so worried about what people would think about it because of how specific Agonizer is. I was so worried everyone was gonna hate it, and so was Kai, of course. But yeah, she really helped me. So she needs a spot. The video with you dropping through a big concrete hole, yeah. Yeah, she's basically in it, but she's holding the camera, and you can hear her it's pretty far into the video. You can hear her say something, because I'm basically just messing with her. I was sitting there quiet for maybe 2 minutes, 2 whole minutes. That's a long time when you're filming someone and they're being quiet. And she's standing there. It's cold outside. We're both freezing. I'm just sitting there in the concrete block saying nothing. And then I turn around to her and I say, what are you doing? And she's like, what do you mean? What are you doing? And that thing goes on for quite some time. And this is me just messing with her because I'm such an asshole. Um, and I thought it would be funny. And I'm just asking, what are you doing? And then she answers me, I'm breathing with the camera. And that clip just made it into the video because that response is so perfect. I'm breathing with the camera. I just love it. Oh, she is a gem, Perry. She's a real gem, and I try to do my best to make her happy, even though I'm being such a ducking idiot at times. And I don't mean like I'm being mean. That's not it. It's just I'm being real shitty with my jokes. She hasn't left me yet or told me to get the hell out. So I think we got something good going on, and we've both had to suffer through getting the whole thing of getting sober together and stuff like that. So we have a history and we have an understanding of what we've gone through, lost a lot too in our lives. So there is something I've got with her that is extremely special. It's very hard to put your fingers on, but there aren't, yeah, it's not often you have that opportunity in life, to understand someone else in that way. And I've also changed a lot since I met her, because I'm not the same person I am now that I was when I met her. I was that person for many, many years, and it's been an interesting journey. Neither is she. We've both changed. It's been very interesting. I lost everything before getting sober. Perry, I can't know what you mean by that, what that means to you, but I know what if I said that too. I know what it means to me, so I can say that I somehow understand what that can feel like, even if I don't know you personally. But losing everything, yeah, it's a messed up state, and you know when you end up in that place and you look at your life, because it happens to a lot of people that live um, extravagant lives, if we can say that. Um, that when you end up in a point where you're waking up and you're wondering, how the hell did I get here? Like, I almost died, or I lost everything, or like, where is everyone? Why doesn't everyone like me? When you end up in that place, you have that choice. But many people don't realize that they have a choice because because of a mindset that they've been either told by others, or mindset they've told themselves that they have. And what you have to do, find a way of just cleaning your own slate and just starting to listen to what others are saying and telling you, and starting to listen to your own body, and really feel what you're feeling, allowing yourself to feel stuff. I don't know how it is for anyone else, but I was always taking drugs and using alcohol because I was trying not to feel. And I'm still somewhat the same person, because I am still very, very, very uncomfortable with other people, and especially in crowds. And you will see me come up in a crowd, people will say hello to me, and I'll say hello and wave and look all happy like. And then it takes just a split second when you blink, and I'm gone, and you won't see me more that evening, and then I have to refuel somewhere. If you go looking for me, you'll find me in a corner somewhere, just breathing, trying to refuel myself. If I don't get that, like, time away from people, I can't spend time with people. That's the thing. But I was lucky. I feel lucky. I don't really believe in luck. I just really feel lucky because I was somehow able to see exactly what it was that was my problem. And you know, the weirdest thing was, I was my problem all along. It was me all along. I was the problem. I've always been the problem. And realizing that was a relief, and it was also the biggest defeat in my life. Realizing that I am the way I am because I chose to be like that, or I did stuff. And then I had to start taking responsibility for a lot of things that I did, and a lot of things, you know. It's some of it is still just horrible to think about, and but yeah, now I have a choice. That's what it feels like. I really do feel like I have a choice, because most of all my life I went around saying, I don't have a choice. This is the way it's got to be. I sincerely did believe that. I only believed that there was one path for me, and that I was right. Drambo Wavetable IAP is looking amazing. Oh, it's getting a Wavetable IAP? What? Okay, I've missed something here. I am actually invited to the test flight, so I can't talk about it. But yeah, because I can't. I don't leak stuff. But I have to look into that. I didn't know that. Getting honest with yourself is essential to growth as an artist and as a human. Yeah, you are great at what you do, and it shows here, as well as your collaboration with things like Agonizer. Oh yeah. Yeah, if it looks like I'm having a hard time taking in good good critique, or when someone says something nice to me, it's because I am afraid of going back to the old ways, literally. So people think I might be being too hard on myself, but this is the first time in my life I've actually been hard to myself. You have to think of that aspect. Like, I've been letting myself off too easy in the past. That's why I had problems. You see what I mean? And now I'm not letting myself off. That's the thing. I have to hold myself accountable. Whew, it's not easy. It dropped a week ago. Okay, I've definitely missed it. I've missed it. Ugh. So on my front page here, I have a few apps, okay, that I've already started looking into. So I've got a fundamental from Heinbach, and I've got an interview with Heinbach right here on my iPad that I'm editing. I'm gonna make a special episode on fundamental and also on Gauss from Brambos and Heinbach. So two apps because Heinbach was involved, and then I'm gonna try to talk to Bram also, which I'm sure that he will do that because he's a lovely guy and usually puts up with that. And I'm also gonna try to talk to the guy who made Fundamental because Fundamental was someone else making that app. So yeah, I want to do a little cover on Heinbach and the apps and stuff like that. Also, I don't know if y'all have, I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but it looks like Andrew Huang is also making an app or something like that. I saw that. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I have no idea. But it looks like Andrew Huang is also making an app now. So I think it's interesting because we got Henny the Business. We've got your boy right here, Jakob. I made it. I didn't make it myself, but Agonizer, and then you got Heinbach. You got also, it looks like Andrew Huang is making some sort of an app. So I think it's interesting. And then, of course, Jordan Rudess has been involved in making apps before. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. How many more musicians and producers are we going to see make apps for the platform? I heard Andrew Huang is making an app, and I feel that it will be amazing. Henny is making an app. Oh, Perry, I don't know if you missed that, but Henny was actually involved in making House Mark 1. Let's just switch this out. Let's see here. I want to... Hey, come on now. There we go. It's a really, really nice it's a really, really nice app, and it's really inexpensive also, and you should get it. It sounds great, this thing. They basically sampled what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? Either way, you can hear what it is. My mind has completely wandered off now. I can't even remember. What the hell is wrong with me? But it sounds great. It's got a lovely sound to it. It's like a special Rhodes. It just sounds great. Sounds absolutely great. Love it. I've been using the base 808 one a lot. I missed the original sale and I was bummed out. But it went on sale again. Yes. Yes, it did. And I bought it now. Finally. I had the app, but I didn't realize that it was a test flight version of the app. I was actually invited, and then when it came out, I didn't have time to cover it because I was doing something else, and I can't remember exactly what that was. But then later on, when I wanted to cover it, that's when the price had gone up. So I'm like, oh, okay, I won't cover it then. I think Andrew's app might be interesting because he's not an iOS producer, but he has videos where he's dabbled with iOS. Definitely a talent producer. Yeah, I have no idea what he's gonna do. When I looked at the short video thing he put up on Twitter, I think it was, to me it looked like some kind of a synth groovebox kind of thingy. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm definitely not involved in testing it or anything like that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But Perry, if you haven't got Housemark One or anyone else yet, I mean, you're supporting a good cause also, because all the money that they earn from this is going to a good project. So just check that out. Housemark One sounds really, really good. I was a programmer for 20 years, but never iOS. 20 years, Perry. Why did you stop? What's your favorite synth, Jack, if you could only choose one? And I can't choose Agonizer, right? I can't choose Agonizer, right? I can't. Well, um I have a criteria. The synth that is my most favorite right now, if it's not Agonizer, then it's usually one of the main ones here, okay? So the apps here almost never changes. Almost. Unless there's something new popping in. And what I have right here right now is Thor, and that is not available anymore. It used to be one of my favorites. And then it's Volt Synth. I use that for strings because it sounds really great, and the chorus in there makes it really interesting. And then Nave. Nave is probably still gonna be that number one favorite I have. I'm really serious about that. Nave from Waldorf. Definitely. I'm a sucker for wavetable synthesis, and you probably realize that when you realize that Agonizer is wavetable synthesis too. Um, that's what I like working with. Nave is super versatile for making anything from bass to pads and stuff. And what I use it mostly for now that I have Agonizer, well, Agonizer has taken over all the bass work that all of my other synths did. I'm now doing that with Agonizer only because it's exactly what I wanted. So I'm using Nave for pads, bell sounds and stuff. And now that Thor isn't available, I might even start to, venture away from it and focus single-handedly on Nave. Next, I have Sunriser here, which is one of the best synths I've ever used. We got Shockwave, which is amazing for pads and stuff, and dissonant tones especially. We got Red Shrike, Poseidon, Argon, which is a really old synth, and I think the thing still starts upside down even. Was that loud? That was really, really loud. I just love this. I've made so many sounds for this thing. I made 256 patches altogether that I gave away in several packs over several years. And I don't think you can buy it anymore. But I still have it on the pad and it still starts up. It's an iGear synthesizer. So if you want something from iGear, I would recommend Lagrange instead. Continuing here, we have Tardigrade, Phosphor 1, Phosphor 2 and 3. Sampler is not a synth, but it's on the main page for a reason. Spacecraft, TC11 and Borderlands. These four apps are in the middle here because they really take advantage of the touch interface of the iPad. I want them on the main page. Then we got Laplace, Unique from Sugarbytes, and Poison 202. One of the best ever. Jim Paolo. Mersenne, Factory from Sugarbytes, Lagrange, DXI. We got Magellan 2, which is great, by the way. AdStation, Cauldron, Visual Ants, Synth 1, and Model D. Those are the apps on my main one. But out of all of them, apart from Agonizer, Nave is my number one. Absolute number one. I did a video not so long ago about my two most used synthesizers. It's about Thor and Nave, and you can actually go check that out if you search for Hack Attack. My most used synthesizers are 5 years old or 6 years old or something like that. Animoog is on the second page here. Sorry, it's been kicked back, I think. It's on the third page now. I like Animoog, but when it comes to Moog synthesizers on iOS, I just like Model D better. I know they're not the same thing. They're completely different. But I don't like how long it takes me to set up the waveforms and stuff inside Animoog and the way that it works. I wish it had a little bit of a faster workflow with some of the stuff I like in there. But it is a great synthesizer. It's one of the best sounding synthesizers still. Even being so old, it's great. It's just kicked back because I use these more for a reason, probably because I find their interfaces or something about them interesting. But Animo used to be on the first page here. If you buy an app, you can always get it even if it's gone. Yeah, you can download it for a while, but then some apps disappear from the App Store, and if you didn't download it or back it up on your MacBook or your PC, as an app backup, then there's no way to get it. They're gone. Like many people discovered with, for instance, what Alchemy. I mean that is completely gone now. You can't even re-download the old version, and there are some other apps out there too. The Rebirth app is completely gone. You can't download that. So if you don't have it on your pad or a backup, you can't use that anymore. It's a shame, with some of these apps. Apple will just cleanse the App Store and remove stuff. And they did a big cleansing when they went from the 32-bit system up to 64. I just need to check for time here because I think that I might be. Yeah, okay, everyone. I need to log off because my partner needs the bedroom because she needs to sleep, and I need to keep on writing on a script that I'm working on and trying to get a video out this week. I was supposed to have something out with Agonizer just to try to get people to see it again, for those who missed it because of the 50% sales. So if any one of you feel like you want to help me out in just pushing that message that Agonizer is 50%, feel free to do so. But I'll try to have some kind of a video up because I have one about music production and making a track with Agonizer and then hiring a rapper on Fiverr. I really hope that I can have it out by Friday, but we'll see. I still have a lot of work left with that one. So thank you so much for joining up on the stream, and yeah, we'll do this again. Flowform, I'm gonna answer your question, okay? Before I leave, Flowform asks, is it possible to make a Serum level synthesizer on iOS? What are the developers saying? There are already two developers out there working on Serum-like apps. There are. And in the meantime, if you want anything with wavetable synthesis, there are several ones out there, and I would urge you to look into something like maybe Synthmaster 1 or Nave. I know it's not as many oscillators as you could get in Serum, I think. I can't even remember how many you can get now. But still, those are really, really good for stuff like that. There are even more synthesizers out there that has great options for that. And why not look into maybe something like Drambo where you can build your own kind of and stuff like that? Yeah, definitely. But there are already two developers out there working on something Serum like. So calm down. Hold your pants. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just wait. There'll come something because people have been screaming for Serum for a long time. And, people were screaming for FabFilter. Hey, FabFilter, make AUV plugins. And you know what? They did. So just hold your pants, hold your horses, hold your thumbs, as we say here in Sweden, wishing for good luck. That's what it means. Hold tummarna. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. As usual, I wish you a very, very productive week. This has been Jakob haQ. You've been watching Jakob haQ Live, and we've been having a lot of fun. Now, go finger all of your stuff, have a lot of fun doing it, and now watch me do some cringy stuff just trying to end the stream. So this is the part where I just keep on talking, and it's like the stream never really ended. It just keeps going. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but there were a lot of people watching today, and I just want to thank you for that. That's awesome. it's uh, it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me that so many of you want to hang out like this with me, but yeah, I get it. I was born I was born with the internet. Well, I was born earlier before the internet, but I grew up with internet. Internet is something I love. It's part of my life and the culture and the subcultures and everything. You know, don't know why I'm saying that, but at any moment now, At any moment now, the stream could just end because you know how I am. I just keep talking and just suddenly it ends. If you have shit with the girlfriend, we will feel guilty. So go. No, that's not it. It's not shit. She just needs to sleep. I mean, I'm literally in the bedroom. But at any point now, the stream might just end. I just want you to keep that in mind.